then make sure the camera's centered. Press and hold. Right, voila!
What's up guys, Eric from VSonic. Today we have the brand new Toyota Land Cruiser that has the wide body kit from Wald, and we are going to be installing the front camera adapter and front camera. So very excited to do it, and let me show you how it's done.
So this camera bracket for the Land Cruiser where we want to put it, it's a little bit thicker than the clearance that we have, and we don't want any parts sticking out. We want it to be a little clean. So we're gonna Dremel the back part just to kind of make it a straight line. So, safety glasses, number one, unless you have really strong eyes that don't get affected by metal. Perfect. Before it kind of stuck out like maybe about this much, trim the sides. This part goes down. We'll go ahead and drill a hole through here just so that the wire could feed through and make it cleaner. One thing too, make sure there's nothing in the back. You don't want to pierce through anything important. All right, voila. Let's grab that first. And come through. You could use the natural curve of the vehicle. And then on this side, down here, grab the thing. And you just pull. Make sure it doesn't get in the way of anything. I say this every video, but don't yank it. If you yank it, oh my God. So put this against here. There's a natural line right here. I don't know if you could see it from the shadow, like right where it creases from like the glossiness to kind of like the more rigid. That's where we're gonna put the two front. And then make sure the camera's centered. Press and hold. So I'm gonna go underneath here as well, underneath, right above the headlight housing. Everything I want it to be as clean as possible. Okay. So right here, right in front of the ECU, right next to the washer fluid, you'll see the two zip ties that are kind of, I didn't trim it yet just so that you can see where I tied it on there. First one's right here. Second one's right here. The ABS is going to be mounted by two brackets. If you go underneath and just kind of use your hands to guide it through, you should be able to get it there without zip tying it or doing anything too fancy. And then most likely I'll zip tie it to this cluster right here on the final zip tie. Zip tie one down there too. We'll go through the driver's side grommet. Right here, driver's side kick panel. If you kind of just pull this cloth out this way, right, and it's right here. I'm doing this twisting way because I don't want it to pop the grommet out. Let's see where it's at. All right, and it's through. It's right here. Easy way to double check which side goes in. You grab the open ended of the connector, you fit it in. Oh look, oh my God, this is the right way. You put the other side in, obviously. You can just feed it through. All right, and it's feeding through? Yeah. Perfect. After that, you pull it through, and look at that, just for a demonstration. It goes through and through like that. So once this punctured, you feed this through. It shouldn't be any easier than that. Now this is done. I don't know what the tool's called. Just call it grommet poker tool, Amazon, it comes out. Then we're all good. We just put everything back, button it back up. Take a look right here, no exposed wires on the bottom. Put the panel back. Then we just let Python know that this part's good. Give them a little plug-in. Opciones. All right, leave that right there for them.
All right guys, before we get started, make sure you have a panel removal tool handy. Use a plastic one like this. Also a 10mm socket with a wrench, or you could use a power tool. And the front camera has already been routed from the front bumper all the way through the firewall, right here, the other Eric did it for us. Makes it very convenient. We'll grab that wire and we're just gonna connect it to our adapter. So let's get started. Press down the shift boot, press the lever to the left, and pull out the shift knob. Grab a hold of this corner here and push this panel out like so. Just pull it out, just all being held by clips. Let's remove this, grab a panel removal tool. We're gonna pop the side plastic piece off. And using something like this with a hook, we are going to push the anchor off from the bottom. 1, 2. So remove these 2 connectors and also this clip. Let's remove this small center speaker from the top of the dash. This exposes the connectors that we need to connect to. All right, so this is our CS15 camera selector. Let's see what's inside the box. So this kit comes with these plug and play harness. We have 2 connectors, 1A, 1B. Make sure you have the right spot behind the radio. On the other side is a connector that goes to our module, and also an optional connector here as well with our front camera input. And here's the optional camera. Connect this. If you have a secondary camera you want to include, for example, a baby monitor, a blind spot monitor, or undercarriage, here you go, right here. And these 2 wires provide the power and the ground for your camera. And here's our front camera button. Looks very factory. It goes into your factory blink switch. And can't miss this one. This is the brain of our front camera adapter. It has the ability to make the front camera turn on automatically at low speeds. You can change the timing. You can also make the full front camera or the factory 360 camera show up at any time with the press of a button. All right, let's get these connected. We are gonna connect it to these 2 connectors here. Let's press down the release tab, pull out. Okay, the one on the passenger side is the connector A, and the one in the center is the connector B. And we are going to connect the male side back to the radio, and make sure you press it hard enough to hear that click. And next, let's connect the connector to our adapter. And before we connect our button to our adapter, let's route the cable from all the way from the driver's side all the way back here. There's a blank switch here. That is where we are going to install the button. All right, so let me go there and let me route it. And while routing that, I'll route the other cables as well. All right, let's get the button installed. So we'll first remove this side panel piece here. Just use a panel removal tool, pull out. All right, press down the release tab and pull out this way. And you may need to use an assistance of a panel removal tool to push on the tab from the inside. And here's our new button. Remove the connector and pop it back in. Connect these to the back of our button. And let's route these wires together with the front camera wires back to the radio. We'll be using a little wire routing tool to route the cables from the back of the radio down to the driver's side footwell. All right, so we got the wires routed down here. So let's grab these wires and let's pull it all the way behind the radio. I'm gonna tape this. I don't trust the claw to grab both. Terrific. Let me put these panels back, go back on the passenger side, and make all the connections. All right, so here's the connectors that we routed. Let's connect the button to our front camera adapter. Also connect this to the rest of the front camera harness. Let's connect the front camera to the front camera input. And let's connect these two power and ground to these camera power and ground. Insulate the connections with some electric tape. So I'm clamping on the wires to these bullet connectors. We have the male going on one side and we have the female side of the bullet connector going to the other side. Now they're clamped on, we can connect them together like so. And we'll do the same for the ground wire. All right, so everything is connected. Let's also insulate the other RCA plug since we're not going to be using it. All right, so we went and tidied up the wires a little bit. Let's put everything back, push the radio back in, and let's make sure everything is working. All right, before we put everything back in, let me just make sure everything is operating as it should. Okay, because we don't want the car to throw any check engine light, we are going to connect back the center panel piece here and make sure everything else is reconnected before we turn on the car. Let's press the button once. Our front camera, right there. We just need to change the angle a little bit up and we will be done. And all we have to do now is reverse order everything we just did, and that will complete our installation. All right, so before you put this back, you have to pull this out here to make sure it has enough space for it to go behind it. To do so, you do have to remove this part here. All right guys, well that's it. Now let me show you how everything works. So from default, when you press the button once, it'll show you the front camera and there it is. And if you press it one more time, it'll go back to your factory screen. And we can change it, so we can also add the push to view backup camera. So when you press the button twice, your factory backup camera shows up. For this car, it's the factory 360 camera is gonna show up. So we're gonna go ahead and set that. And we're also gonna turn on the function where the front camera turns on automatically when your car slows down. So all your factory functions gonna work exactly how it always worked. Factory backup camera 360 is gonna show normally. And once we start driving, you'll see the front camera and driving in the slow speeds. If your factory 360 camera already shows this view, or you like the 360 camera view better while driving in slow speed, you can just keep this function off so your factory functions remain. But we'll keep it on for now. So if we press the button once right now, like as you expect, the front camera view will turn on. If you press it one more time, your factory 360 view camera also turns on. All right, and if you press it again, it will go back to your normal factory screen. What's cool about our front camera, even though your car already has a bird's eye view 360, is it gives you a really close look at how close your bumper is to whatever object's in front of you. And right now there's a 15-second timer, so that after the 15-second time is up, it'll go back to your factory original screen. We have a lot of different settings that you can change for the timing of the front camera, depending on how long you want the camera to remain on after you press the button. All right, so that is the factory 360 camera view, and pressing it again will give you the front camera view. All right guys, well that concludes our installation demonstration of our front camera adapter for this brand new Toyota Land Cruiser, the same adapter is compatible with a lot of other Toyota models, including the small screen model. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below. You can email us at info@bsonicusa.com. If you're having it, help our channel, give us that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
Look, I don't take no loss, it's simple. Stand up, guy, walk 10 tall. Looking in the mirror, who better than me?